Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This will be a presentation on Learning Express, one of the library's resources. I do have an assistant helping me, so if you have any technical difficulties, you may chat with Susan through this Zoom meeting platform. Otherwise, just know that we have a PowerPoint with lots of information. This meeting is being recorded, and we'll also have a live guide, which I'll show you, that will have many of the steps and the information that I'll be covering for you to refer to later. So if you miss something, if you have to get up and leave, whatever the case, just know that we'll have it all covered, and you can come back and pick up where you left off or ask us for any assistance later. Very good. So this is a series that we are presenting this summer. We started last week. Our first one was on El Portal, which is a website from the state library. That one was recorded. And so when I explain what live guides are, you'll be able to, if you wish, look for that one and view the recording, or ask us. We'll be more than happy to talk to you about it individually as well. So everything that we show you throughout these series are gonna originate from our homepage. So this is a screenshot of that homepage. It's constantly being updated with new information and programs and announcements. So please check us out for updates. But just know that if you go to the library's homepage, that's where all the resources that we cover in this series will be located. And on some of these where you must create an account first, that's really important. So here's a picture of the library at DACC's homepage. Like I mentioned earlier, there are these websites within our homepage called live guides or research guides. They're basically a website dedicated specifically for that resource. So if you go to them, you will find all the information that's relevant for that resource, specifically the ones that I'm going to cover through this series. They'll have lots of the information that I cover, the examples, stuff like that. So just know that we have these website resources called live guides, research guides, for a variety of the resources that the library subscribes to or offers, and also for topics. So this is just, I couldn't capture all of them. As you can see here, there are more than 50 of them, and our digital librarian, Therese DeCimio, is constantly creating new ones. So this list is constantly being updated. Library's homepage, you see here where it says research guides. If you click on that, you can search for them individually, or you can click on the drop-down menu, or you can click on this all search guides link, which will give you this page, which will list them all, and then you can click on whichever guide you're wishing to view. If you work for us at DACC and you think, let's say you have a topic on something that you think would be useful to have a live guide on, contact Therese and you guys can plan that out. These are meant to do many things, one of which is to promote library resources, but also to help organize information for the community as well. So this one here is the picture of the Learning Express guide that was recently created. And like I have mentioned already, much of the information that I'm going to cover in this presentation will be found in this page. Thank you, as well as the recording. So before I demonstrate for you Learning Express, I just wanted to show you some pictures of what it's going to look like to sign in and or register. Learning Express is owned by EBSCO, so it's a database that this library subscribes to. So you must be affiliated with Doña Ana Community College. I'm sorry, you need to create the account, making sure that it is registering with Doña Ana Community College. As you can see up at the right left-hand corner, it has our name. And when that is clear and visible, then you can proceed to sign in if you already have an account, or register. And I'll show you a couple of the pictures of what that will look like so that I don't have to do that during the demonstration. So when you click on sign in and register, this is the page that it's going to look like. If you don't have an account, you would click on create a new account, right? New user registration is what it's called. There up on top, you see our school affiliation, so you know you're on track. And then you would complete this application. It asks for your name and email, etc., stuff like that. Why do you need to create an account? Because that is the best way to keep track of the progress as you use the various resources found within Learning Express. And once you successfully sign in, after you have an account, this is what it would look like. For a little while, you see my name there, telling me that I am successfully signed in, and it's called My Center. Again, it just lists the progress and the resources you visited and what your progress is on each of them. It just keeps track of the activity that you fulfill within Learning Express. So it's a neat way to keep track of the things you do. And, you know, that could be very useful in documenting for various reasons. So I'm going to switch now from this PowerPoint and then show you live what the website looks like and some of the features of that. I'm going to cover how to access it, which I've kind of already explained, the overview, and then we'll entertain some troubleshooting or questions after that. So this is the library's homepage. Again, I already showed you a picture of it, but I couldn't scroll down. Lots of information here. Like I said, information is constantly being updated. Some links to various resources, especially the one we're talking about today is found right here, Learning Express. Before I go there, here's the website of all our guides, right? And the live guide for Learning Express. When you click on Learning Express, it should open up a new tab to the site, and this is it. Learning Express is basically like a suite of various resources, all meant to help learning. Basic learning like math, English, science, to more advanced skills, college prep, actual college material, computers, getting ready for the job market, preparing for a career, various exams, resume. There's lots of stuff that is useful here in Learning Express. So they have here in the search box, you know, you can find tests, tutorials, ebooks. There's lots of stuff here, all meant to help you learn and study. So I can't show you all of them. It would take a really long time, but you can type in here in the search box whatever you think you like to find information on, and you can do it that way, or you can browse through what they called centers. If you see, they have a center on math and science, okay? They have a center on English, college success skills, career preparation. As I scroll down, job and careers, computers, placement tests, more specifically to the right of that, ACT, SAT, high school equivalency, and in Spanish. Okay, each one of these are called centers, and if you click on one of these centers, they will drop down, as you see here for the math, various items listed underneath that you can then continue to search even further. So I will demonstrate two of these for you. So under math, let's say you're interested in helping someone improve their algebra skills. So you would click on the center from this homepage on math and science. You would this drop-down menu would appear, and then you would click on the algebra. So I'm just going to show you briefly what's available when you do that. So here you have basic algebra to the left, and then intermediate algebra to the right. So you have, these are the options you can choose. So as you see here, there are some resources here that are available for you to practice, but they are asking you to register or sign in, so I will do that. So here you have a variety of tests, practice tests on various levels of basic algebra. These are all tests. So the specific link that I clicked on will provide you with these tests. And I don't want to click in on these just now because I think it will just take more time. I can help demonstrate these more thoroughly for you on a one-on-one basis if you want. But I just wanted to show you what was available. If I go back to the list here, you'll see that there are tutorials, electronic books, we call them ebooks, and flashcards for that subject. On the right-hand side for intermediate algebra, they don't have the flashcards, but they have all the three other resources for that level. So this is an example of math, algebra under math. I go back to the centers, which they have nicely organized up here, and I click on science. Then you'll be able to see the options they have for that discipline. So we have chemistry, we have biology, general science, and physics. A variety of resources for those subjects in that area. And I go back to the centers, and I just wanted to show you lots of options to choose from here. Computers, they have information here for the very beginner, getting started, people that need basic information on how a computer works, what the internet is, how to navigate through it, to more advanced levels. Show that here. So you have this level here, getting started with computers, the internet, to more advanced level software skills. Under popular software tools, you see here a variety of, in this case, Microsoft products that you can then access and study on how to perfect your skill set in that software in particular. And they have various dates and product versions listed there clearly for you. If I go further down, you'll see they have other examples of software, in this case, computer graphics and illustration. You have Illustrator and Photoshop. And at the bottom, some resources for Windows operating system. So I invite you to, after this presentation, visit this resource and browse around some of these centers, especially if there's an interest you have or a question in mind, and see which areas here can provide you with convenient online informational resources to help you in whatever your endeavors call for. Okay. I quickly, before I finish I did want to show you a couple of features here under the help. If you see here on the right-hand side, there is a frequently asked questions link that you can click on. Lots of questions posted there, and you would click on whichever one you are looking information for, and they'll provide answers for you. They have a link for information on how to register. I covered the basics at the beginning, but I'm sure if you run into a situation, this page will be useful. Underneath that, they have the system requirements in case you're wondering what kind of computer you need to have in order to fully benefit from this resource. They have listed there lots of details. And last but not least, a video guide section. This can be very useful for certain people, especially because they have videos here that will explain a lot of the things that I tried to in this presentation, and also in much more in-depth and in various formats here. In summary, here's a slide that kind of summarizes the presentation we had today. So Learn and Express is really a combination of several resources provided to us through subscription-based, and you can find that through the library's website on various topics, as you hopefully saw as I was clicking on the various centers. And some of the specific ones are highlighted there in this slide underneath. So the range is quite wide, I think, in what many people will find useful for this product and resource that the library provides. Well, I thank you for joining us. I also invite you for next week. We will have a similar presentation on all our online videos that the library provides to its users. So we'll cover the various different resources we have for you that provide online video content. As I mentioned, this was recorded and will be provided for you in a short time through the live guide. If you ever have any questions or any troubleshooting, please contact the library. We have a website there, and thank you for joining us today for this presentation.